I really apologize that we keep on the thing keeps on turning on and off. And they shall help that all of us, as I said, the schus of these thousands of body miklat built all around the world, in every place, ayid that might be tangled, untangled as yid, that we should ourselves be zeichet to go into our body miklat and be protected from the goyal adam, who are stoten, who malachamavis, or yetzahara, and we should go into the Yom Adin of Rosh Hashanah, and knowing that we're inscribed the ksiva v'chasim tova, shana tova, sukkah, for bona, chaya, zoina, kin.
Amen. Amen.
And everything. Bona, chaya, zoina, gesundheit, all of Klal Yisrael should be gesund, and all Amache Bonim Shasagidim and Parnosa, Barchova, Bashidus, like we learned this week, that should be Chaim Shaloisha, Vachovid, Chaim Shieshbam, Avas Toida Yida Shemayim. Ashon Adikis, Ashon Iksivach the Matoiva, Ashon Toiva Msoka. I'd like to start the Maimer. This is going into Chodesh Elul. If anyone could stay with us, otherwise Rabbi Yoel is going to send out the video soon. I would like to start the Maimer, Anila Doidi V'Doidi. Even though we've once learned this Maimer, I think it was 5 years ago, but this is a Maimer that's it's kedai really to learn every single year as we get into Elul. Elul is really a time of contradictions. By the way, if you don't have the Lakut Torah, it will send out the Shkoch parrots for sending out the email. So it's in Lakut Torah, Parshas Re'eh. Maimer Anila Doidi V'Doidi. In Elul, there seems to be like sort of a month of contradictions. Like I said before, we're nervous about it. We come Yiddish. Wake me up when the Elul is done. But the truth is, that's a big mistake. Elul is the sweetest time of the year. It's not only a time of healing, a refuge, but it's a time where the Eibusha smiles to every Yid. And there's a terrific mashal that the Alter Rebbe gives in this Maimer of Anila Doidi. But before we go to the mashal, what led the Alter Rebbe to this? This was a brilliant. The Alter Rebbe was not a mashal man. He was not a magid to say mashal, but there was something really deep and really sensitive. Stark kasha that there is contradictions in Chodesh Elul that could not be explained besides with this mashal. What's the question here about Chodesh Elul? Chodesh Elul seems to be a month of great contradiction. On the one hand, we say that avoid of Chodesh Elul is the avoid of the Yid. A Yid has to be miskarev to the Eibush. That's the difference of Pesach, Nisan in general, and Tishrei. There's two psuk. One pasuk is Anila Doidi V'Doidi Li, and the other one is Doidi Li V'Aniloi. So it's not just saying it one way or the other way. The two different avoidas, avoid of Chodesh Nisan, when I'm Mitzrayim, is Doidi Li V'Aniloi. The Eibush didn't were sinking in Memta Sharituma, and the Eibush Moshcheni, the Eibush that pulled them out. And then Macharech Merutza even went running after the Eibishter. It started with a sodas from the Eibishter. That is where it applies to the pasuk and Shirashirim Doidi Li Vaniloi. But then there's the other pasuk which says Anila Doidi V'Doidi Li. That's talking about Tishrei. Anila Doidi, I am to my beloved. The avodah starts from the Yid. So the truth is, just like in a relationship of two people, when one person loves the other person, the other one has no choice but to reciprocate with love. But the shaila is who starts. In Chodesh Nisan, it's the Shalom initiates the relationship. Doidi li vani loy. First the doidi shows his love, and then the Yid shows the love. when it comes to Avodah Hashem of Chodesh Tishrei and the preparations for it in Chodesh Elul, it's Ani L'Doidi. The Yid, the star Avodah starts the Ani from the Yid. The Avodah starts from the Ani from the Yid. So, in the one hand, we're saying that in Chodesh Elul, the Avodah Hashem is the Yid's Avodah. The Yid initiates the Avodah Hashem. On the other hand, we say that Chodesh Elul is this Galus Yud Gimel Mitzvah Rachamim. That's a revelation of the Eibishter. The Eibishter is showing his love. What does it mean, a Gil of Yud Gimel Mitzvah Rachamim? So it seems to be a month of contradiction. What is the main thing of Elul? Is it my Avodah? That I have to get the spark going? I have to initiate the Avodah? I have to initiate the Ava, and then the Eibishter will show me Ava, Midah Keneged Midah? Or is it that the Eibishter, regardless if I deserve it or not, the Eibishter reveals the Yud Gimel Mitzvah Rachamim, and by definition, Rachamim means when a person doesn't deserve it. And the Eibishter reveals Klal Yisrael. What is Chodesh Elul? Is it Ani L'Doidi V'Dili that I have to start, the Ani L'Doidi, I have to start the Avodah? Or is Galos Mitzvah Rachamim? And the Alter Rebbe says, in order to answer this question, we have to ask another question. What do you mean it's Galos Yud Gimel Mitzvah Rachamim? What makes a Yom Tov a Yom Tov? When we say today is a Yom Tov, it's because there's Galos of Yud Gimel Mitzvah Rachamim. What makes Rosh and Rosh Yom Tov? Because there's Galos of Yud Gimel Mitzvah Rachamim. So, how come when there's this Gil of Yud this Galus of Yud Gimel Mitzvah Rachamim makes the day a Yom Tov? This is a Yom Tov because it's the day of his Galus Yud Gimel Mitzvah Rachamim. So you're going to say that all the days of Chodesh Elul is a Yom Tov, but it's not a Yom Tov. It's Mitzvah Asis Malach. So what's going on? In other words, Alter Rebbe says that there has to be a difference in the Gilui of Yud Gimel Mitzvah Rachamim, the way it's happening on Yom Kippur, and the Yud Gimel Mitzvah Rachamim, the way it's happening on every day in Chodesh Elul. And for this, the Alter Rebbe gives the famous and brilliant mashal of Melech Vasoda, that there's a Melech that sits by Heichel Malchusoi, and he's a very powerful Melech, a very strong Melech, and from the whole world they're coming, they're trying to meet the Melech, they're trying. And then there's once a year where this Melech decides that he wants to go out and spend a month with the people, with the peasants in the field. And when he's in the field, he's smart upon him, sheikhikis, upon him the office, to the people in the field. That's the mashal. What's the brilliance of the mashal? What's the Alter Rebbe trying to say? And how is he answering the question? In other words, the Alter Rebbe is saying like this, and this explanation based on several Maimorim that Rebbe has said, Ani L'Doidi, explaining this Maimer Ani L'Doidi, which is the point I think is this. What makes Shabbos Shabbos, the Kedusha Shabbos? Because you're now in the presence of Melech Malcham Malachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You're in the inner sanctum. You're in the palace. You're in front of the Melech. Doesn't make sense when you're standing in front of the Melech, if you were standing and to pull out your cell phone and start texting your chaper. Doesn't make sense. When you're standing in the presence of a Melech, especially in front of Melech Malcham Malachim, you put your cell phone away and you give full respect and attention to the Melech. That's the way Shabbos and Yom Tov is also Pasiyas Malacha. Because there's this galus of the Eibishter, Yor Hashem Ponav Elecha, the Eibishter showing him his countenance and his smile to the Yid. And he's inviting the Yid, says, Heichel HaMelech, when he pulls out his cell phone and starts texting. Chayiv Nisa, Man de Moche v'Mache, Kami Malka, is Hepka. That is all in Shabbos and Yom Tov. But Chodesh Elul, it's the same Melech, but the Melech is going out to the Sod without big Din Malchus, and without the face of the usually the din is a Melech has to give the Kovet Tamid Chachamim. He must call a person his first name. Reuven, Shimon is not to say Rebbe Ploini or Rebbe Ploini in front of the servants. He has to call people by They should have fear of the Melech in their heart. In the Heichel HaMelech, the person comes into the Capitol, he comes into Washington, he's invited to the Oval Office. By the time he gets in, he has such an aim of a pharesis and such an appreciation that a world leader gives him time that it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. But when the Melech is wearing jeans and a t-shirt and he comes out to the Soda, he's coming out to the Berkshire Mountains, and he meets Yidala picking berries, and he says, Shalom Aleichem. It's not awe-inspiring. It's overwhelming. The Yid and the Ava, the appreciation and an interpretation is not there. But on the other hand, there's a mile in it. That smile that Melech can afford to give at that point. He doesn't have to sit on the throne with a stern face. So right now, the reason why the Eibishter is doing this, because it can't be overbearing. Because Avodas Hashem of Pesach, that's overbearing. That's Kof Aleim Harkegis. But when it comes to Elul and Tishrei, it can't be that way. It can't be that way. The Yid has to initiate the relationship in order to be pneumius, in order to seep in. It has to start from the Yid. But the Eibishter wants to jumpstart the relationship. If he's going to invite the Yid into Washington, to the Oval Office, and in front of the whole press corps, and give the Yid a kush, that will defeat the purpose. Then the Yid is not initiating the relationship. So the Eibishter wants to help the Yid initiate the relationship. So therefore, he comes dressed, not big day malchus, and not a heichel melech, and not with the serious look of the melech. Comes upon him shechike, upon him yidois, and he smiles to the Yid, and that jumpstarts the Yid. That gives the Yid the cheshek to want to start that relationship. So true, the relationship starts from the Yid. But the Eibishter gives that encouragement for the Yid to want to jumpstart their relationship. Let's read it. Words and this the pasuk and which is that the Yid starts the relationship, the Yid jumpstarts the relationship. The Yid and not jumpstarts. The Yid initiates the relationship. I am to my beloved. And in return, because I show so much love to my beloved shows it back to me. Rosh Hashanah Elul. Inyan Kedelu Maschal Bchinas Ani L'Doy Dehaina Bchinas Arusa De Latata Ad Rosh Hashanah B'Yom Kippurim Shebchinas Amshachas Lakutzes Baruch Lamata B'Bchinas Galus. Elul starts Ani L'Doy, and Tishrei is the V'Doy Li. Within the V'Doy of Tishrei, there's two parts. There's the first half of the month and the second half of the month. First half of the month, the Eibishter is Megala to the Yid Midas Hayir, and the second half, Midas Av. The Eibishter gives a hug on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. In the beginning, it's B'chinas Smile, and afterwards, B'chinas Yamin. Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, B'chinas Smile, B'chinas Yid. Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, the Yid receives from the Eibishter. The Eibishter gives every Yid the Inyan of Yid. Shows us man's galus malchus is borech. The Eibishter revealed his malchus. And that's why in the Sorry Yomim, I said it's in Mitzvah, we say instead of Akela Kodesh Melech Kodesh, because we the Eibishter malchus kolam and Pirish Afil Ba'olam and Alom Tipla Melech Mafachem. In the Aseris Mitzvah, even in the Olam Asanalom, there is the Eibishter's Gilui. They revealed himself. They puts them in a state of unbelievable aim of a fact. Close in the Shramat Yisrael, and from the Olamas Alyonim come also to the lower Olamas until to every Yid, Lakaba El Malchus Shemaim B'Tiyah Yiros Al Pneim Kol HaShonim, that the Yid should have Yiddish Shemaim the whole year. Ki Yiddish Hashem B'Hasor, Ein Netuya Asven Netuya B'Leva Odom HaKoyach Atzma. Real Yiddish Hashem and Avos Hashem cannot be planted in the heart of Yid. And then Sukkah is Prince Av. So Prince Vadoidili. We'll explain. Just like Begashmi. Do you remember Jackie Mason? Developer, he had the Latonis. They develop a taste. So you develop a taste, he says. They give you this funny thing called caviar, and they say, oh, you don't like it? You have to develop a taste. He said, when you were a kid, someone gave you potato chips. Did you have to develop a taste for the potato chips? For Coca-Cola, no, Coca-Cola sweet. You don't have to develop a taste. Something is not close to you. You have to develop a taste. Potato chip for a Coca-Cola, you don't have to develop a taste. When it comes to something conceptual, Emes is Tama, Kiru, Kitoiva, Vaye, Versucht is good. But how do I taste it? I can't put it on a spoon. What I could go into an ice cream store and say, oh, which flavor? Okay, can you put it a little bit on a spoon and I'll tell you which flavor I like. I can put it on my palate to tell you. But Eibishter, to taste a little bit of Avos Hashem, to taste a little the delicious of Avos Hashem. How do I give me a spoon? I want to taste a little bit of it. The Eibishter has to give it to us. To have real Avos Hashem, the real Yiddish Hashem, not to have not hallucinations, but real Avos Hashem, real love. Real Ayida. The Eibishter has to give us a taste. He has to give us a look of it. So Bememes Taka comes only from the Eibishter. Ki Yiras Hashem Ba'avos Ein Asoy V'Natuy B'Lei Ba'odem Mekoyach Atzmi. Ki Im Koyach Ora Nimshach Lo Melamayla Beis Manis Galusay. The Eine Bereisha Shon B'Chines Yida, and then the Sukkah is B'Chines Ave. The B'Chines Doidili. That's the V'Doidili. That's the whole idea of Tishrei. Tishrei is the V'Doidili. But in order for it to really seep in, in order for it to be real and to seep into heart of Yid, he has to initiate the whole thing. He has to initiate the relationship. So an Elul is an Adoidi, and an Tishrei is V'Doidi Li. Yid has to start in order to be a Keli. Yid has to start and initiate the relationship. And then an Tishrei is V'Doidi Li. We know that an Elul is a time of revelation. So we have to understand it's a contradiction. You're telling me Ani L'Doidid, he initiates the relationship, and then you're telling me it's his man of his Galus Yud, which is from the Eibishter. Who initiates? I'm initiating the love, or the Eibishter is initiating it. We'll answer this question, we'll ask another question, and then we'll we'll come up with an answer. Why is Elul B'chlal considered Yemais Achel? When Yom Tov, Shabbos Yom Tovim, Shebehem is Galus Lakus B'chinas Haaretz Lakus is Baruch B'Frat Be'eis Zman Yud Gimel Midrash Haaretz Yonis V'Oivem is Galam B'Yud Kippur B'Vadi Shefresh Gadol Ben Yom Kippurim Ben Elul. Don't tell me it's the same. Gimel Midas, but how are they different? We'll understand it based on a marshal. They go and they greet him in the field. Anyone that wants to go and greet him with a smiling countenance. He smiles to everyone. Then when he goes back to the capital city, they accompany him. They can't go and lost every shoes. That's the whole idea of Chasidisha. It's Schenking, Rosh Kippur is an invitation into the Eichel HaMalchus. So this mashal gives us an understanding of the difference of the Yud Gimel Mitzrachim and Rosh Kippur and Yud Gimel Mitzrachim the way it is in Chodesh Elul. And this also answers the previous question about what is Elul. Who initiates the relationship of love, the Yid or the Eibishter? The answer is the Yid has to initiate the relationship. But the Eibishter is there to try to order the Yid to start the relationship. And that's the brilliant mashal of the Melech Masada. The bottom line is we have to know that this is a special time. We're going in Chodesh Elul, so there's a summary of what we spoke, the Shabbos message and the Maimed that we're learning, that going in, we don't want to huddle when we're going into Elul. We want to take it in. Chodesh Elul is a Chodesh of Miklot, number one, and also it's a Chodesh of meeting and greeting the Melech with a Seva upon him Yofis. Definitely that's the time to go talk to the Rebbeinu Shalom. Any request that we have, the Sultan, nothing stands in the way in Chodesh Elul. It's just in the field, us and the Melech. It's the time to meet the Melech, meet and greet the Melech, B'Seva upon him Yofis, and B'Seva upon him Shechikas. So let's go into L'chaim in this way all together. Ein L'chaim, Videl L'chaim, and we should go out to Taka to meet the Melech, B'Seva upon him Yofis, B'Seva upon him Shechikas, and definitely the Melech will grant all our requests. Save upon him Yofis to have a Ksiva Chesed Tov and a Shana Tov and Sukkah. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Good Shabbos.
And thank you for your unbelievable amount of patience. I'm very sorry.
הכל דבש.
To hear such a Dvar Teire, it's a Machayim.
It's worth it. Worth the wait.
Put every second. I once heard the Rebbe says that even Avamin and Gemara, when the Gemara asks a question, the Avamin it's something. So when the Alter Rebbe asks a question, why Chodesh is not a Yom Tov, even the Avamin it's already has something in it.
Very nice. Shmulik, very.
חזק.
חזק.
כן. בשבת. אוקיי, שבת שלום לכולם.
You somewhere else.
זהו, הרב כבר נעלם.
Nice.
פה.
Are you in your backyard or you somewhere else? לא שומע. אוקיי, שיהיה לכם שבת שלום.
יאללה, שבת שלום לכולם.
Besides bad connection, Sunday morning it's going to be good connection in Mitzvah Shem. We're going to have the regular time Mitzvah Shem Sunday morning, and Mitzvah Shem it'll be good connection. You
went to the Soda? Amelech Basode? You went to the Soda?
I'm in the Soda now. I'm on the Soda.
Aha, okay.
That's why the connection is very bad.
Oh, beautiful. רואים טוב.
I hear you all the way to Canada. אבי, שבת שלום.
שבת שלום לכולם, נתראה יותר מאוחר בעזרת השם.
אני בקנדה, הלכתי לראות הנכדים.
אתה גם ברחת?
כן, אני בקנדה.
אשריך, אחי, תעשה חיים סודה של הילדים.
הם מתוקים כמו דבש, ברוך השם.
התגעגעת, לא יכלת יותר, ראיתי אותך שבוע שעבר, לא יכלת כבר.
היה פיצוץ.
גאו, לא יכלת כבר, זהו.
You went to Canada?
דפדף בתמונות בפלאפון, הבנתי שזהו, אין, הוא לא...
You going to Canada?
I thought the border is closed.
Yeah, but if you have a son, you're allowed to go to his son, but I'm quarantined in his house. I can't go out from his house.
Oh, how are you going to go to shul?
Don't worry about that. We'll arrange a minion over here in the house.
I wanted to go also because it's, this week is the Yortzeit of the Tasher Rebbe. but I cannot go because it's closed.
But you're not allowed to come if you don't have a son living over here and a proof that he's living here, and you go and guarantee in his house, and plus they're gonna come to check on me.
Oh
מה
yeah.
אתה אומר?
Yeah.
What?
זה דעתיני, זה כאבי ראש.
Exactly. They took proof that my son live here. They took proof where I'm going, all the information, my cell phone number, and I said one thing: you could come visit me on Saturday, but from Saturday night from Friday night to Saturday night, my phone will be off for religious purpose. But you could come to the house to check me.
Oh, they're gonna come. You think maybe? You never know. Okay.
From what I hear from people,
שבת
they are
שלום,
coming.
תהנה שמוליק, תעשה חיים סעודה של הילדים ולנכדים.
Go to good Shabbos, good Shabbos.
ביי,
Good
שבת שלום.
Shabbos. Good Shabbos.